Hello YouTube, this is Jiyambi from wowpro.com, here to bring you the second installment in the questing / zone review of the Southern Barrens. After recording this section, I've actually decided to break this zone into 4 parts rather than 3. I'm just not going to be able to get all of the content that I'd like to show you in if I break it into only 3 parts. I've been cutting out a lot as it is. So what you can see me doing here is a quest to free some Tauren from these vines, this overgrowth that has taken over this part of the Barrens. I'm also going to be doing some quests to free Tauren from Quillboar, who are causing mischief just like they always do. Now, the really irritating thing about this quest is that you have to free 5 Tauren, but there are only 4 cages that I could find. So you have to wait for the Tauren to respawn in the cages in order to actually finish the quest, which is really quite annoying. Other than that, you basically just kill some Quillboar and kill some hyenas and come back and release some more Tauren. It's not too bad. I actually go ahead and skip through the waiting to come back part here because there's no reason for you to sit through it all. The nice thing about these quests, these Tauren aren't that amusing, but the Tauren that you rescue from the vines actually have quite quirky things to say when you save them. And I think that's a really awesome thing that Blizzard adds in, just a little bit of humor here and there to lighten up the tedium of the questing experience. Now, I say tedium, but I have to be honest, I had a lot of fun questing through these zones. They still have a lot of the same kind of kill this, go do that sort of quests, but they are in general much more quirky, much more original, and just more fun. The cool thing about this part of the zone and this video is that we really get down to the sort of nostalgia trip section of this zone that I really loved. The Barrens is one of the first zones that I got to quest in when I was first leveling up my very first character, and seeing a lot of the same NPCs that I once quested for, having their stories continue on and things happen to them, is actually really interesting. I really like that about this zone. So now that we've saved those Tauren from the Quillboar, it's time to teach the Quillboar boss who's actually boss. This is a pretty neat little quest that we're going to do. Basically, you go to this huge arena, blow a horn here, and call him out. And I can just imagine a newbie freaking out at this point because all of these Quillboar run in here, but they all just stand and watch while you fight their leader. I assume this fight would be a little more epic if I was actually level appropriate, but it's a little anticlimactic being level 85, and all the Quillboar run around in fear. Fear me! Well, now it's off to more important things. The next section and mini quest hub is one of my favorites in the zone, not my very favorite. We'll definitely see a familiar figure on the way over there. We have a little quest to just pick up some plants. It's not very interesting to watch, so after I find one of them, I'm just going to skip ahead for you guys. But they're basically scattered all around here. We're bringing these plants to somebody that, if you've ever done Wailing Caverns, you will probably recognize. He's a druid, and he's the one who's actually responsible for this big mess, Neralax. Neralax was the druid that you wake up at the end event in Wailing Caverns. He fell asleep and was trying to revive the Barrens into their former full of life glory, and he basically succeeded a bit too much, and now he's trying to undo his work, and the Tauren is his only loyal disciple. All the rest of them went insane. One of these quests where the druids tell you to go kill animals in order to learn about them. I'm just a little confused as to how that works, but that's basically what you have to do at this point. A really annoying quest that you also have at this point is to pick up adders, which are critters and they are really hard to see. Blizzard really needs to do something to fix that. It must have taken me 10 minutes to finish that quest because I was running around trying to find them. I just could not see them. So, aside from that, these quests aren't too bad. Now, this next bit is a little different from what happened when I first recorded the guide for my add-on. I wasn't really expecting this, so I'll show you what I mean. He's basically going to have us use this crazy mixture that he made on some of these animals and see what happens. And most of the time it just makes them attack you or something similar, but sometimes the results are a little unexpected. You'll see what I mean. Poof! Yeah, there goes the raptor. He completely just exploded. I don't really know what happened there. But as you'll see, most of the time the animals just get pissed off at you and attack. Occasionally you'll get lucky, and I'll show you what I mean here. They'll just become friendly, which is, I think, the druid's what he was attempting to do, but he didn't succeed very well, as the exploding raptor of doom shows us. The other quest you have at this point is to just kill these elementals. They're kind of cool. All these crazy tentacles appear after you defeat them. The tentacles are not hostile, which I wasn't quite aware of at first. I ended up attacking a bunch of them, but yeah, they're non-hostile. These guys are just basically crazily overgrown elementals, and you just have to kind of put them down because they are taking over. So now that we've completed all the little errand quests for Nerlax and his disciple, we actually get to do a cool event with Nerlax where he attempts to close the rift that he made to the Emerald Dream, also known in this case as the Emerald Nightmare, and basically try to stop this craziness that's attacking the Barrens here. I'm not quite sure what the difficulty of this quest would be for a correctly leveled character for this section. I'm thinking it wouldn't be too hard, but it does have multiple mobs coming out at a time, but they don't seem to be too high level. The models, or I guess I should say the skins for these mobs, are really cool. You can't really see it on those little guys, but whenever the elementals come out, you'll see what I mean. They're these crazy, dark, awesome looking creatures, and I really hope that if we ever end up actually visiting the Emerald Nightmare, we'll get to see more cool looking stuff like that. Oh my gosh, a big demon. Okay. So that was the little event. It's pretty cool. You basically get to continue the story that if you ever did Wailing Caverns as a Lobie, you kind of got to see at that point. So it's really interesting. That's one of the things that I really love about these zones, is that you get to really continue the story. Well, I originally intended to record a bit more in this installment, but everything took a lot longer than I expected, and I really want to devote some time to the next section because it's really, really cool. So I guess I'll see you all next time. Remember to subscribe if you enjoyed the videos. There will be 2 more Southern Barrens videos, and then I will probably take a break for about a week because I am still working on getting the add-on all ready to go. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again soon.